Here on the camera, checking camera A, checking camera B. Everything looks good. Everyone can see me. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Bam! I like it. What's up, guys? Justin R. Harris here. Welcome back to Business Scenarios Solved Every Single Day. Before we even dig right into it, you know what to do. Go down to the description below. It'll be there. Click the link. Follow the book. Like, follow, subscribe. Do all that gravy stuff. Let's get past that and let's get into this knowledge right here, because I'm going to tell you why you need to copy from your competitors. This is why you do it. It's like Picasso's quote: great artists copy, the best artists steal. Listen, when somebody puts something out there, any kind of product, we've all done it, where you've seen something, whatever it is out there, and it's performing well. It's like, you know what? That was a pretty cool idea. I wish I thought of that. What? Right? But instead, you look at it and you're like, you know what? Man, but imagine if it also did this too, right? So then you think of something else that it could do. Well, imagine if you came up with a way to upgrade someone else's invention, right? And you had the funding and the marketing to turn around and put that product out there and compete against your competitor with an upgraded version of something that they've already done. That's what we're talking about. That's what it is. And I'm going to give you an example with that, because we're going to dig into that. And you know what? Let's just go. So here's what we got, right? He goes, from that example, he goes, creative imitation is what he calls it. From the innovator, reworks a new product or service to better satisfy the customer's wants and needs. Once the innovator succeeds in creating what customers want, it can achieve leadership and take control of the market. That's it. It's so simple. He gives an example. He talks about IBM. So I'm gonna give you guys that example so you kind of get a little feedback here. But for most of you already get it. You're like, yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what I'm talking about, right? You want to be competitive. You want to be able to say that this is yours, like whatever that product is. And you know, with business, right, you're solving a need, and then once you have the solution, well, it's a secret unless you get it out there to the public, right? So let's not make it a secret. Spend the money on the marketing and get it out there, right? That's the whole point here. So here's what he says. He goes, the perfect example is how IBM became the leadership in producing of PCs, personal computers, in the 1970s, right? Apple invented the personal computer. So when the Apple appeared, and it was like this picture of an apple with the stripes on it back then, right? It was an instant sensation. IBM set to work to outflank Apple. So they flanked them, right? How did they do that? He goes, what is Apple's shortcomings? And within 18 months, IBM had on the market a PC that did everything the PC customers needed and wanted, but had what Apple lacked: software. So within another year, IBM's PC had become the market leader worldwide. It had held that position for more than 10 years, and Apple had become marginal, right? That's a nice way of saying, right? It almost went under and only turned itself around into a respectable niche player 20 odd years later in the 1990s, and then we know about iPhone today, right? It's a competitor, you know, it has a niche, right? So here's the action point, right? Look for successful innovation of a competitor's product and improve on it, outflanking your competitor. Listen, if you produce something and it's better than the next person's, that's the name of the game. Remember what we talked about in a few series back? We said they didn't stop making burgers when one burger shop opened up across the street from the other, right? The McDonald's brothers, right? And then Ray Kroc went over there and was like, I like what you guys are doing, let me improve on it, right? And he basically stole the show, right? Smart guy. They actually just didn't want to stay on board. They didn't like what he was doing and wanted to stay strict with their ways, when Ray was actually solving their problems, right? And came up with and pushed it with McDonald's, right? Well, hell, Burger King jumped on board, right? Then you got all the Wendy's. I mean, come on. And now today, Shake Shack, BurgerFi. So all they're doing is improving on someone else's model. So you're not stealing, you're just getting smarter. There it is.